Hi guys, we're going to start chapter 5.5, which is the triangle inequality notes. So let's look at the first theorem. We have triangle inequality theorem. The sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the length of the third side. So if we look at our example, PQ, which is red, plus QR, which is blue, is going to be greater than the hypotenuse PR. Same with QR plus PR is going to be greater than PQ, and PR plus QR is going to be greater than QR. So any two sides added together is going to be greater than the third side. So let's use that theorem to do example 1. Example 1 says, is it possible to form a triangle with the given side lengths? If not, explain why. So in order to check this, we're going to have to add all the lengths together to see if the two sides added together are greater than the one side. So I'm going to do 8 plus 15 and see if it's greater than 17. 8 plus 17 and see if it's greater than 15. And 15 plus 17 and see if it's greater than 8. Well, 8 plus 15 is 23, and 23 is greater than 17, so that's a good one. 8 plus 17 is 25, and 25 is greater than 15, so that checks out. And 15 plus 17 is 32, and 32 is greater than 8, so again, that checks out. So that means we can form a triangle with these sides. Let's check part B. 6 plus 8 is greater than 14. Well, let's check that. 6 plus 8 is 14, greater than 14. 14 cannot be greater than itself because there's not an equal sign there. So that means this is wrong. Since the first one is wrong, that means we don't need to check the rest of them. So that means we cannot use these sides for a triangle. So the first one was yes, the second one is no. Okay, let's look at example 2. If the measures of two sides of a triangle are 3 feet and 7 feet, which is the least possible whole number measure for the third side? So in order to do this, we need to set up our inequalities. So we can have our three sides, which are going to be 3, 7, and x, because we don't know what that x value is. So we have 3 plus 7 is greater than x. 3 plus x is greater than 7. And x plus 7 is greater than 3. Well, now let's solve all of these for x and see what we get. So 3 plus 7 is 10, so 10 greater than x. Or if we were to flip this the other way, this says x less than 10. Here, let's solve this one. So minus 3, we have x is greater than 4. And then minus 7, we have x is greater than negative, I wrote the answer there, negative 4. So notice that x greater than negative 4 is always true for any whole number measured for x. Combining the two remaining inequalities, the range for the values that fit both inequalities are going to be between 4 and 10. So we need to pick a number between 4 and 10. So this will always be true since it's negative. So we need to find a range between 4 and 10. Well, it can't be 3 because 3 is smaller than 4. It can't be 4 because it's not equal to, it's only greater than. And it can't be 10 for the same exact reason. So that means our answer is C, which is 5 feet. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next example, which is the last example, example 3. It says, the distance from Colorado Springs, Colorado to Abilene, Texas is the same as the distance between Colorado Springs to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Prove that a direct flight from Colorado Springs to Tulsa through Lincoln, Nebraska is a greater distance than a nonstop flight from Colorado Springs to Abilene. So if you see on our diagram, we have those airplane pictures on there, so that's showing us our route. So it's either we need to see which one is a greater distance, the blue plane or the purple plane. Well, we can draw a similar figure of the situation and label the diagram. Draw on the side LT to form triangle CTL. So we're going to take this diagram that's off to the side and we're going to draw it. Okay, so this is A, T, C, and L. So we're given, your guys' favorite, we're doing a proof. We're given that CA is equal to CT. We're trying to prove that CL plus LT is greater than CA. Let's go ahead and do a 2-column proof to prove this. So here's our statements and our reasons. Remember, we always start off with our given information. Okay? We also know from our theorems that CL plus LT is greater than CT. And this is by the triangle inequality theorem. So if we use substitution, we can prove that CL plus LT is greater than CA. And that proves what we were trying to prove. So that end of proof, color in my little square. And that concludes the end of chapter 5.5.